Hello, it's Jewel Fitzgerald for Monday's Admissions from the Heart. The last 8 days has been a very emotional time period for me. During the 8 days, our church, our family lost a 16-year-old girl in a car accident on Father's Day. Then a friend of a friend's 24-year-old daughter was murdered. And then a family member's cancer has advanced. So that's like, wow, that's three things in one day, and not one day, in a week. Actually, it was probably within 3 days that all those information came down. So by Wednesday, all this was already in my head. The 16-year-old was the worst. So on that last Monday, which I didn't do Monday's Admissions of the Heart because I was in a place that I couldn't do this Monday's Admissions of the Heart. So if you was looking for me, I was not here. Because on that Monday, in addition to hearing about the 16-year-old being killed in a car accident of one of our church family members, heard about it early in the day, I had to take that information and kind of push it to the back of my head on Monday, even though I was praying at the same time, because at the same day I was doing this performance as a MC or co-MC with this other guy on this particular event on stage. So I had to be emotionally connected to that event, being happy, all wonderful, even though in the back of my head it wasn't not so happy. So, and it's just all God, because there's no way, because I had to, like I said, push it to the back of my head so I can do this thing. And it turned out wonderful for both of us, the co-MCs of this particular event, all the performers, all the singers, all the bands. It worked out fabulously. Fabulously. I mean, I don't know what any of them could have been going through, but for me, it was like, yeah, I'm glad to be there doing this performance thing, I don't know why I was selected to be part of this particular event, but it was fabulous. I just know that afterwards, after we we made it through, I partied and danced for 2.5 hours, just dancing. Everyone knows I love to dance. I love to dance. I love to dance, and I will party all night. I mean, all night. As long as the music is good and it's still going, I'm gonna dance until they shut the music down, until they tell us to get out of there. And that's exactly what I did. In fact, a member of my church is also a part of this particular group, and she and I both danced our butt off that whole 2.5 hours. So I know that's part of that was, oh yeah, I love to dance, but I bet another part of it probably is an emotional thing of helping squash the news that I had heard about the 16-year-old, and then just a late celebration of, yahoo, the event was so successful. So I love how God works that out. In spite of whatever's going on in my life, it's still going to be all good. So with these situations, the three situations I'm telling you about, because the family members have to deal with the passing of this particular child, three of the people in the car survived, they got serious injuries, so they still got to process what's going on, let alone heal physically, spiritually, psychologically. And a lot of us too, because it's a psychological healing. Even though we didn't get hurt, we're all having psychological, emotional things, but at the same time, it's all good. I mean, because I hate to say this, but it could have been worse. All four of them could have been gone. But for some reason, God said this one. Don't know. We'll never know. I just know that God is going to work through all the three situations, especially the one with the 24-year-old girl. I mean, it's never cool to bury children anyway. It's just not a natural order. And then the family member with the cancer that has advanced, God is going to work that out too. So with all these situations, let's look at Psalms 147:3, where it says, he heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. So for those of the direct family members and the friends of all these situations, and there's plenty others, because on that same Father's Day, there were so many other stuff I just saw. They're like, nah, it was accidents here and there, and da 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 da. So I'm thinking about all those other bigger families, like, oh my gosh, families I don't even know. I just pray that they have some kind of walk relationship with God, so they, wow, can find some peace in spite of the tragedy. So where I was going with that is, he's not only healing the people that got injured, their spiritual wounds and their physical wounds, he's healing all of us with our spiritual wounds too. Because this is a spiritual wounding, because when the family hurts, when one member of the family, one member of the church family hurts, the entire church hurts. I'm part of an International Church of Christ, so it's not a Cleveland church thing. It's a Chicago church thing. It's a Virginia church thing. It's a Fiji church thing. It's a bunch, because our church is all over the world, and this particular family impacted a bunch of people in the world. In this particular 16-year-old, in particular, 16 years, impacted positively a lot of lives. So when stuff like this happen, I always had to think about, man, if I was to go today, because I've got to go eventually, we all got to go eventually, what kind of impact have I left? What kind of impact is happening now that God is using me towards helping other people, especially becoming Christians? So just had to jump on and tell you what's going on here for this particular day, and where I've been and what's going on with me emotionally, psychologically, as he heals all of our wounds as we go through this journey, especially the families that are directly involved. See you next week, and we'll talk about something else, especially since it'll be July. See you next month.